Yeah. Another episode of Put on the List. As always, I am here with my sometimes questionable friend. I don't know. I think he's going to be okay today.
Never
Francisco.
questionable, always right. I thought you almost forgot your freaking name right there. I was like,
thinking,
what's going on?
Like, do I want to introduce you first? Because I'm on the rest. Everyone knows that. But this guy, questionable Francisco, El Stupido Francisco.
I was like, is this kind of guy have an aneurysm in the beginning of the episode?
Why did his screen just lock up? No, he's just fucking thinking.
All right. So what are we talking about this week, my slow friend?
A couple trailers, some interesting ones. Only a couple this time, man. Apologies to everyone last week having to listen to our dumbasses talk for way too long. We're going to keep it shorter this week. So we've got some trailers. We got some news, not a lot of news, but we do got one really cool piece, one fucking controversial piece, and some Golden Globe news. There's a bunch of fucking nominations, which we are not going to be getting into because there's way too many. We're going to talk about some highlights and some thoughts. We're getting into what we watched too. We got some Fargo. We were waiting for this episode. And then we got a bunch of other stuff that we watched that were been on the side burner we haven't really talked about. So we're going to bring those up and just chat about that shit. And we'll finish with our double feature, which will have actually 2 films this week.
Oh, you didn't mess up this time?
We'll find out.
All right, man. Let's start the show then. Right, Mr. Batting 1,000 this week. Better than last week. Andres, how was your week, buddy?
Good.
That's good.
People don't know, me and you right now are doing Cookie Battle. And
Cookie Battle.
We're calling it Cookie Armageddon, but Cookie Battle sounds kind of cooler. What are we doing? We're doing
as cool as it can be for a couple of 40-something guys doing a cookie exchange. We're just amping it up with the testosterone over here. You know what I'm saying?
Do I put in butterscotch chips in this one? I don't know. Do I fucking get wild?
This is going to flip his lid. Yeah.
Do you have any allergies?
Do you rock with toffee or no? Oh my God.
Fucking
all I hear is crickets.
Fucking setting the world on fire with our fucking adventurousness. God damn.
Man.
Well, we'll talk about it next week.
You're so cool. All right.
We'll
all right, man. You want to get into the trailers? All right. We'll stop embarrassing ourselves over here.
Yeah.
All right. First up. I love Jake Johnson, and I think he's a hilarious guy. His movie, Self-Reliance, on Hulu, January 12th, 2024.
Dude, never even heard of this thing, and I watched the trailer, and I was like, fuck, this is so brilliant.
Yeah, man. It's quirky. It's got a little bit of that independent film kind of, taste from the late 90s, early 2000s kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's got that dark edge to it. You're like, wait, what? What'll happen?
Yeah.
We'll talk about the premise. I mean, definitely watch the trailer, folks. Self-Reliance. Jake Johnson enters a contest where it's a reality show where you have 30 days for someone to avoid being murdered. That's the show. And there's some funny rules, and he's trying to go around the rule or make it work so he doesn't get murdered in 30 days. And I guess he gets like $1 million. I'm not really sure what he gets, but it's like shit goes off the chain real quick. And it looks hilarious and great cast. Yeah.
The chemistry seems like it's there between Anna Kendrick and Jake Johnson. And this does not seem equipped to make it to 30 days, but that's what we're here to find out in this movie. I mean, the trailer looks fun, and a bunch of random appearances by actors that you've seen before that you might not know. We're like, that guy's in this. Oh shit, there's that person. And then it just rounds up this quirky ass looking comedy.
Yeah. And then the coolest thing also, he directed it, which is like his first
Mm.
directorial debut. Looks fucking solid. Like he did a good job, and
Yeah.
good for him, man. And I'm excited. This is January
Yeah.
12th on Hulu. I'm looking forward to that. This just looks funny.
You know what's funny? My first introduction to Jake Johnson was that Michael Cera movie, which was supposed to be like a documentary thing,
What's that?
but it wasn't. I think it's called Paper Heart or something like that,
I don't know.
with
That
an Asian girl, and like Jake Johnson plays a friend that's recording everything that's going on, and Michael Cera's playing Michael Cera, and so that's why I thought he
This
was just
Michael
like
Cera. Yeah, he only plays Michael Cera.
yeah, and then he's friends with the girl and like some Asian girl and like, but like they kind of end up liking each other. Then I thought it was kind of like, is this like a true story? Because he's playing Michael Cera, and then like this guy's supposed to be like directing him, and he's always talking behind the camera and be like, okay, guys, and blah 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 like this. So it's kind of like like say like us shooting a movie, you know. And
What's
that
it
was
called
my
again?
phone. I think it's called Paper Hearts or Paper Heart.
I'm gonna look that up because that sounds interesting. I think
It's cute. It's cute.
is it worth it or is like good enough?
It's good enough. Yeah, I mean, name me one thing you liked last week. It's better than that.
All right. I saw him in New Girl. New Girl's the first time I saw him at Jake Johnson. That show's fucking hilarious. So
yeah.
So he killed it. All right. Should we move on to the next trailer?
All right, let's go. Next up, we got ISS. Is that how you say it? Or International Space Station?
Yeah.
There you go. I saved you there.
There you go.
Mr. ISIS.
You saved
yeah, International Space Station. The cast, I can't remember the cast, but it's an interesting premise. What happens in space when you're, collabing and it's like the United States and Russia doing the team space thing, and then from space you see the world blow up. You're like, what? And you start to draw the lines, between country and space. I guess I don't know. It's just
is it like 3-on-3 or is it 4-on-4? Something like that. Where that's where it turns into.
The money shot was when they both across the hallway. They both look at each other at the same time. Like, then you're like, oh shit! Like, is there a gun in the middle? Like, who's gonna get to it first?
That'd be funny if they were just slowly floating in space towards like a screwdriver or something. The only thing you can use like stab each other on the fucking space station. Yeah. I think it's a cool premise. I think visually it looks cool. I mean, I'm in. I'm watching this shit. This looks cool.
Yeah.
My question was like, why don't they just get together and be like, hey, so neither of our governments exist, and that whole thing to land on, like a fucking space shuttle, it doesn't exist because it's all gone. Maybe we shouldn't murder each other. Maybe we should just kind of learn how to grow some plants up here because we're going to be here until we die, which, shouldn't be tomorrow if we don't stab each other. Anyways, but that's no fun. That's boring.
Because, each side's going to have that one patriotic motherfucker be like, no, we're doing it for blah, blah, blah. Like, whoa, bro, calm down.
Bro. So, it looks cool, though. It looks tense. It's going to get fucking gnarly. This is my kind of survival film in space. Yeah. Oh, man. All right, I'm in. This is in movie theaters in January 19th. Mm. This would be a fun one to watch in theaters.
It's going to be interesting to see if it does any money, but it needs to be more presence. Like more trailers. They need to bombard motherfuckers with trailers.
I think
there's no real star power in the movie.
But you don't want to be fucking bringing a murder fucking marketing campaign in the middle of Christmas. I think you're gonna wait until like Christmas is done and then you smash everyone for like 10 days straight before it hits. I
guess you're right.
I don't know. All right, and the last trailer.
All right, moving on to what the fuck? Zone of Interest.
Yeah.
All right. Cinemas, December 15th. Oh, it should be on any day now.
Yeah. I think some people have already watched it and said it's good. But after watching the trailer, let me ask you, what the fuck is this film about?
Zero clue, my friend. Zero clue.
I had to read
when I say zero clue, I literally mean zero clue. I don't know what the hell's going on.
It was like a minute of someone hanging out in the garden explaining the different types of plants in the garden, and then it cuts to like a bunch of Nazis in a fucking boardroom, and then that's kind of it.
Yeah, I have no clue. It's getting. I mean, it was not to jump ahead, but it got nominated in the Golden Globes for Best Film, and it's just like so. It's getting buzz as far as award. What do they call them? Oscar traps, Oscar bait type
Sure.
shit.
Award bait.
So
Yeah, why not?
yeah,
All right.
but
I don't know. We'll
I
see
don't
when it gets
know.
closer and comes out. And it's 824, so it's not going to be a happy one. It's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, and sometimes with these movies too, that they're like Oscar baity and like award baity type movies. Sometimes I never come back around and watch them because I guess they're only good around this time of the year. Because I'm like, ooh, like I never watched Babylon. Did you watch Babylon?
I have not.
You know, and like some people ride hard for that movie, and I'm like, and like the director has good films, so it's like,
It's true, but it got like terrible reviews. So I don't. And it's like 3 hours. I'm like, do I want to spend 3 hours? I don't know. I don't. I'll tell you, I'm super curious about that film because it's supposed to be like bananas. So I'm like, I like bananas. We'll see what happens. By the same
yeah,
time, but if it's like bananas bad,
yeah,
3 hours, shit. I don't know.
yeah.
Have fun.
All right, man. But that does it for the trailers this week.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Thank
Jesus.
goodness. All right. And next up, we got news and tidbits.
Yeah.
The first up, man, we got some cool news.
Yes.
Probably the best news of the week. I was so excited when I saw this.
Yes.
Blue Eye Samurai renewed for season 2. Because I got to tell you, I randomly be like, man, I wonder if we're going to get another season because they left that shit in a cliffhanger.
It wasn't really a cliffhanger. It kind of like it had its closure, but it was opening right into the next. Like they took care of that. Little, she didn't murder the dude that she wanted to murder, but yeah, she has his ass in a fucking locked up cage, and she's heading to go try to kill the rest of the people.
How is that closure?
No, the
Have
story.
You ever done Revenge? Have you ever done Revenge?
Apparently not.
Have
well
you
enough.
not seen Revenge on screen? That's not how it works in a cage.
She wanted the dude. She got the dude. And also, she stopped the fucking rebellion that was happening, and there's a whole new leadership.
You said change. That this lady trained the hardest motherfucker to be the hardest person samurai on the planet, and putting a guy in a cage is closure. Get out of here.
He's leading her to the rest. Yeah, it's very open. I just want to see her.
This is your soft ass cookie baking motherfucker right here. When you're like, when putting the guy in a box is closure. We need to see some blood.
Oh, I think we're gonna see more blood, dude. We didn't see it.
But now we are. Before we didn't know because it was a cliffhanger.
Well, now she's gonna be spilling blood in the UK, and that's gonna be fucking visually also interesting. But I would not expect this new season to show up for probably 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
Because I mean, the amount of work that went into this thing was massive. Like, and it shows. Like, this show is dripping with like design and thought. And, like, some of the writing on some of these episodes is like, holy shit! And then like the action sequences and the choreography and like the detail. I'm like, god damn, this is like one of the best shows of the year, in my opinion. And so it's going to be a while.
Yeah. All right. And speaking of best shows of the year, pretty soon we're going to come up with our list.
Yes.
So be ready for that.
Working on it.
All right. Moving on. We're both excited for season 2. All right. Watchmen series temporarily pulled from HBO Max.
Yeah. So apparently it was gone for a while. And I don't know if people complained or like, what the shit? So they put it back, or it was a mistake, but things keep disappearing from all these shows. Like Warner Brothers is just selling their shit to whomever and just pulling shit right and left, which kind of like, that's like, this is one of their, what would you call it? This is one of their prestige shows. Like, this show is like, damn, they won a bunch of awards, and like, why would you possibly want to pull that? And that kind of brings into debate. I'm like, because I've been thinking about this for a while. Like, we need to start buying more Blu-rays and physical media so all these fucking streamers can stop pulling shit and moving it around. It's like, just stay consistent. You know what I mean? Like, we used to have like our video libraries, and now it's all digital. And even now, when you buy stuff like on iTunes and Amazon, sometimes some of those can go away. People have had problems. So I'm like, dude, and weird. So
Well, I
I don't know
think
what.
too that some of the strategy that the streamers had like previous years was like content was going to be the driver to increase memberships, but now memberships is not the goal. Now the goal is um, to have to make money, and by
So
the
you're,
way,
yeah,
yeah, by selling their properties away or renting them out, as they
yeah,
say,
yeah.
that's how they make money. But I read that that was a like this particular case, it was a glitch,
Hmm.
and it wasn't going anywhere. But yeah, man, this is like a Mount Rushmore type show, or like a
Yeah,
top tier,
yeah,
you know, sort of best shows of all time. Short
yeah.
list, definitely.
But I mean, Warner Brothers was listing or leasing Harry Potter to Universal for the
Yeah,
longest time. So when they were doing Max, like it's one of their biggest fucking tentpole,
yeah,
series for
yeah.
Warner Brothers, and it wasn't there. I'm like, dude.
Dude,
So it
the
makes you.
entire DC library is basically on Netflix now.
It's pretty wild how they're just like moving stuff around so much. But yeah, I'm starting to make notes of like what I want to own and seeing when it's going on sale at what company or at what stores and starting to just buy more shit. Because I remember a couple of years ago, what you want to say something? Your mouth was really big. You were like, ah.
Now I was going to piggyback off what you were saying, but go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, I was just gonna say simply. Years ago, we wanted to watch a bunch of Christmas movies and we couldn't find half of them on any of the fucking streamers, and I pissed me off. So I went to Best Buy and they were all like $5 for Blu-rays, and I bought like a giant ass stack of like 10 films we wanted for the holidays for like $50. Now we own them, and it just sits there and they're fucking ready to go. Bang, 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 bang. No waiting, no fucking loading. No, did they pull it? Did they just fucking pull this one? No, you know what I mean? Like I like having that shit on deck. No bullshit. But go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, my first point is that you're old as fuck. My second point is that I'd be down to like, remember when they used to come up with like special edition release, blah blah blah, with like extra this and that. Like
Mhm.
it'd be kind of cool to own like a pretty cool box set of The Watchmen with whatever excerpts or uncut scenes or whatever extras, whatever extras they want to put in there. You know,
Because
because
they film a
I used to
lot.
love buying those kind of things, dude. Like
Yeah, yeah.
anniversary this or special this, like I have a True Romance that has like 6 different commentaries on it. Like
Mhm. That's
Quentin
cool.
Tarantino has one. Like so with an alternate ending, and I love all that kind of stuff. So if they go back to that kind of shit, then I think investing and buying physical media won't be that bad of an idea.
And especially if I get it for $5 and just be not having to worry about what's where. Oh fuck, we can't watch this film this year. Oh, it's over here. Oh, what? You know what I mean? I like having them all lined up, bang, 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 ready to go, like all on deck. No bullshit.
In alphabetical order. That's how you do it.
We do countdowns.
Oh yeah.
And I was thinking like my top three Christmas films. We'll talk about it towards the end. I don't know. We're still in the fucking news section. Maybe we'll talk about the stuff in the bullshitting section.
All right.
All right. Last piece of news.
Last piece, no bullshit. The Golden Globe nominations came out, and initial reactions. There's a lot of categories.
Dude, so many. So many. We'll start by saying Barbie has like 10
Yeah.
fucking, I guess it's no surprise. I don't know. I haven't seen it. We will be seeing like very, very soon. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, Killers of the Flower Moon and Oppenheimer also did very well.
Is
But
it? It's just a nitpick, but is it Oppenheimer or is it
Oppenheimer,
Oppenheim? Yeah.
I think it's
I thought,
Oppenheimer actually.
yeah. Yeah. And we're not open for business, right?
No, we're Oppen for business.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So what are
and then
your thoughts?
Succession got a bunch of nominations too.
Yeah,
I
The
think
Bear.
Succession is going to fucking mop the floor with a lot of it because it's the last season, and Brian Cox and all these guys that were in there, man. So
Yeah.
it's gonna do a Return of the King type thing. You know what I'm saying? I think
All right.
we'll see.
And you got The Bear, but The Bear's
Which
got
is
another
sad
season
because
coming.
I kind of want the Bear.
Yeah.
But they're in a different category because they're in comedy.
But the Bears gonna get another bite at the apple. But I mean, they're gonna keep going. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The Bear I'm happy about. I'm surprised that Reservation Dogs doesn't have anything in. I didn't see it. I love that show. Reservation Dogs is gonna be the top.
Did it make it? Because it came out like I guess it was this year. I don't know.
Yeah, it came out right after The Bear.
Well, shit, that sucks.
Yeah.
But any outstanding, anything interesting that popped up that you were like, what the fuck? Because I got one.
Well, I think the Reservation Dogs. I told you one about earlier, but I mean, it turns out they do have a category. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. There's just so many categories, and they're like fucking like 7 to 8 nominees per cat. It's just way too many to talk about here. And we'll talk about it more closer, which when that actually starts to air. And we still got to watch some of this shit. But
a lot of it.
There is a category in the Golden Globes. Ready for this one?
Yeah.
Cinematic and box office achievement category.
Whoa. And so it's for a blockbuster? What are the nominees?
All right, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Barbie.
Of course.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Okay.
John Wick 4.
Oh,
Mission Impossible.
Okay. Mission Impossible.
And Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Across the Universe or Spider-Verse. Super Mario Brothers. And Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour. Those are all in the same category.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
I think this is trying to capture like younger audiences. Because they talk about like, I mean, dude, this podcast is about lists.
Yeah.
People like making lists.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that. Ooh. But so, like what was number one? It's still like the biggest debates in sports, you know what I'm saying? Like Michael or LeBron, sure. Tom Brady the best, whatever.
It's fun.
So it's
fun.
Yeah. So this is the same thing. It was like you're gonna have all the Swifties out there, all the Barbies out there. They're trying to capitalize on this, to bring more eyes to this show, which has not had the best track record of the past few years. You know what I'm saying? Like didn't it get like fucking just shut down like one year? Be like, nobody's going, fuck you. We banned it or we're boycotting it or whatever the hell it was. And now it's like, so they're trying to get as much, meat off the bone as they can with whatever they need to do. So they're making this shit up as they go.
Another
John Wick's in there. Bang, bang, bang.
All right, cool. Here's another wild category. Or Fargo. Like John Hamm got nominated. And we're only like, what, not even halfway through the season?
Oh, see, that's interesting.
Weird. But I mean, it's cool because it's fresh and relevant. I don't want to see him get nominated a year afterwards, which is like a year and a half after you film. I don't know. But yeah, that's a trippy one.
Yeah.
But some other standout categories were Beef got nominated for across the board for a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, dude, that show's great.
Sweet. Yeah, and that's making my list.
Ted Lasso, it's last season, I guess. They're throwing some stuff in there. Only Murders, fun. And yeah, you got Succession, The Bear. So just some fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into that. And I think we still got to watch like half of these, like Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, shit like that. There's some other shit that's not even also released. Maestro. Is that even shit on Netflix yet? Is it out?
Not yet.
It's
coming out before Christmas, I think.
Oh, this shit's like nominated. It's not even available for us to watch. So cool, I guess. Anyways, There you go. Golden Globes. We'll talk about that more as we get closer.
Sounds good. Moving on. All right, man. We watched some things. Somebody watched a lot of stuff, but man.
Yeah, getting caught up.
All right. So first up, Fargo, episode 4.
Yeah.
They kind of left us with like our mouths kind of like, with them like the mask and like, oh man, what's going to happen?
They put the steak sizzling on the table in front of you. And they said no.
Yeah.
Like, what?
On second thought. So finally, a week later, here we are. What do you think?
How do you want it? I want to do this without spoilers.
All right.
Possible or not possible?
The whole thing?
Yeah.
All right, we can try.
I'll say this. My thought was the first 20 minutes of the episode were stronger. Like, were very strong. And then the last half or whatever you want to call the episode kind of just hung around. You know what I mean? Like, I think that was like the weakest stretch of the show so far that's taken place. I thought it was kind of like nothing really, it didn't move forward. It felt like they went so hard and strong in the first part of this episode. It kind of like lingered just a little too much for the second half. I'll say that I still totally enjoyed all of it, but it definitely came to like a bit more of a halt than I like.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts?
So you're saying this episode is like Kill Bill 1 and Kill Bill 2?
Yes, pretty much. You got the fucking blood all over the place, and then all of a sudden you got the dude sitting in a chair talking about life.
I rather enjoyed the last 10 minutes. I just like, and then the final shot. I enjoyed all of that.
It's all very enjoyable.
Yeah, so I didn't feel like it was a drop off. I mean, I felt like whatever they did in the first 20 minutes, they couldn't keep that up for the. There's no way you could do that for the whole show. So I don't feel a sense like I felt like, oh man, where's this? Am I missing something? I just felt like that part of the story was done, and now we moved on to the other part of the story. I mean, one thing that I'll say is like it's starting to some actors' portrayals of the characters are starting to like, you started to learn their mannerisms or how they talk. And I'm starting to laugh at things like a lot, like some things, you know, like for instance, like the mom, Wayne's mom.
Yeah.
What's her name? The actress's name?
Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Yeah. Like that bitch is on a different show. You know what I'm saying? You know, like to do all respect, you know, she's like, we all love the theater, you know, like super like, and we're doing theater, you know, like it's so funny. It's funny. And like, it doesn't necessarily take me out of it, but it does bring attention to like, oh man, she's like on a different level right now. Like even like Juno Temple's like subdued performance, like when she's not kicking ass, you know what I'm saying? Just like, oh yeah, there you go. You know, like when, you know, when she does something and just like everything's kind of even, everything is like lower for everybody else. Like the sheriff, like but one guy that was in the New Girl, he was on that show, The New Girl too.
Yeah, Winston.
Yeah, Winston. Yeah. The sheriff, he's really good too, man. Even though he doesn't have a lot of screen time, but he's doing a great job. I think everybody's doing.
Everyone's doing a great job, and they're all doing kind of like their own thing in a way, but it all works well together.
Yeah, and I kind of like. I liked like the first part, like the musical choices and stuff and everything, and it's just been solid all the way through. And I don't really see it like you said it was your least favorite, but it's not my. It didn't slow down for me.
Okay.
Like I appreciate the silence.
No, it was. I think we kind of needed it. I'm like, because the last, it's been go 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 go. So you finally have like the shot of like the two people just kind of laying together, which I won't say. I'm like, oh, okay, it's like nice, like a nice little moment that we have not had on the show yet so far, and it kind of established like these two characters and their relationship. And you're like, okay, because there's a lot of questions like, just fucking get the fuck out of town. You know what I mean? And like, that's like the easy answer, and it's not the easy solution that they choose. So I'm like, all right, what's going on here?
Yeah,
but man,
and like how far can Nadine go with like just like, okay, you got the cops here and they're telling you this, and you're saying nope, not me. I'm like, girl,
on video,
you gotta say something. You gotta not me. It's like that doesn't work when there's like evidence, you know, physical evidence. But
and the cop's like, you saved my life. He's like, I don't think that was me. Like, we had a conversation for like 20 minutes.
I don't know. And that guy Wayne is pretty funny too. And like there was a lot of funny stuff in this one that
Oh,
that
I think
I thought was funny.
the funniest thing for me was, what do you want? And then pancakes.
Pancakes. Yeah,
I
that's
was
so
like,
funny.
what the fuck?
Yeah,
That shit cracked me up. But yeah, I
yeah.
still love it. Still looking forward to every episode. This is an awesome season, and keep going.
Sounds good.
See, we
All
did it
right,
with no
man. So
spoilers. We'll get into spoilers next week.
is it 8 or 10
It's probably
episodes?
8. I don't know. We'll
Mm,
look that up. I almost don't even want to know because I just want to be like surprised, you know?
yeah. You
I
won't
don't want
even
to know
know
the
it's a
end's coming.
cliffhanger because you
Yeah.
don't know what cliffhangers are.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Anyways, good. We're moving on.
Yeah. Go for it.
See, we did it. No spoilers. We did good. Did you watch The Offer on Paramount?
I didn't finish it. I
Okay.
didn't finish it. It just got wrapped up into, probably like a ton of shows.
Sure. We randomly started watching it. I don't even know why we started watching this. And dude, this is a great show so far. Like, super into like it's so fun. You're watching Mario Puzo write the Godfather book, and you've seen that it jumps fast, which it needs to, because there's a
Yeah.
lot of ground to cover as far as like time. And like the book's huge, and but it offends like the Italian American community. But now they're making it a movie, and there's like a bidding war for the movie.
I
But
like
then,
I like who plays Francis Ford Coppola. The
oh yeah,
actor.
he's
I like
great.
him.
He was in those
Balls of
Harry
Fury,
Potter.
right?
Was he in that one? Dan Fogel, I
Wasn't he
think
the
is
main
his
guy?
name.
Yeah.
And
Oh, but he wasn't those
he
Harry Potter spin-offs.
he was like the only good thing in those because he was great. But the show was just so good. I love how it's shot. They use lenses that are like shittier lenses, so it gives it like grittiness, and you get to meet all these like historical figures. And you know who's shocked? Juno Temple in this thing was actually. I had no idea she was in it, and she's fantastic.
I forgot that she was in it.
She's like totally
Oh,
holding
she's
her own against.
the secretary, right?
Yeah, it's funny. She's a secretary, but she's like 10 times more than a secretary. So it's so cool to like watch her just fucking wheeling and dealing and getting shit done. You're like, this is cool. Um, it's just a fun show. And it just moves fast. And there's all these different things happening. These fucking two idiots trying to write the fucking screenplay. The mafia getting pissed off that it exists. And then you have like the parent company of Paramount telling Paramount to get more hits or we're going to fire the president telling this guy, you got to make this movie amazing and you got to do this and that, and you got to cast my girlfriend. You know, all those crazy, just so many moving parts. It's like just goes. It's fun. This is such a fucking cool show.
Yeah,
and we've only
I don't
finished
remember
like
all
two
that.
episodes. Yeah, why am I not surprised? But it's good. The Offer.
I just don't remember
Paramount.
it being as good as you're making it to be. I know, like I said, it must have been like one of those times where like there's like 10 really amazing shows going on, and this is like the 10th best. And
just got lost in the sauce.
Yeah, just got lost in the sauce. Because I remember, isn't Matthew Good the one of the?
Yes, I did not. I don't even know who the guy is. And what's funny
I've seen him in
is
other stuff.
Christina like freaked out when she saw him because he's on Downton Abbey, and she's like super familiar with him and his character and his acting skills. And she's like, "What the fuck?" And it's a totally different role. She's like, "This is 180 from anything he's ever done before." And she was like, "I have to show you this guy in a different show so you understand the amount of range that he's showing here." And I'm like, "Damn, that's pretty cool."
Mm-hmm.
Very very impressive.
The Offer.
Here's the other thing. I try to turn on The Godfather. It's on Paramount. I'm like, all right, let's just watch the beginning of The Godfather because they talk about some of this stuff, right? I'm like, I just want to watch the beginning to kind of get refreshed and like the opening scene. The fucking Godfather is not available on Paramount. Where is it available? Is that where it's at?
Yeah, I think so.
I got to look that up. But yeah, it's crazy that they have it. Paramount made it. They have a show about it, and it's not fucking on Paramount. Are you fucking with me? All right, I'll check out Peacock later. Yeah, bro, I just want to watch the beginning.
They keep switching them out, you know?
Like
they go back and forth.
This is some of the shit you just want to own because fuck all this shit. Anyways, so there you go. That's bullshit. All right, let's move on.
You want me to tell you about the first scene of The Godfather? I'll tell you.
Oh, no, I remember it 100%. I just wanted to like get acquainted for like, it's a cool scene. I mean, it's a long,
Yeah, could be the best scene.
it's a
You can
long
act like
whole
a
thing.
man.
Yeah, yeah. I want. That's exactly the stuff that I wanted to get to. I'm like, okay, who did they cast again? Because I wanted to see how they shot it because they talk a
Yeah,
lot about it. And I'm like, ooh. Anyways, let's move on.
let's do it. All right. What
All
did
right.
you watch after that?
Man, I can't believe you didn't watch shit. Actually, you watch stuff. You're just throwback stuff. On Apple, Slow Horses season 3 just dropped, and holy crap, they just came out swinging. And when you watch the first season, it's very good. Like it's very well put together, but it's like smaller stakes ish, you know. Then you go to season 2, the stakes go up even higher. You're like, ooh, and it gets more danger and crazy shit. And in season 3, they just immediately start fucking putting the danger right in your face. You're like, what the fuck is happening? So I really appreciate the escalating seasons. And they're right there back in fine form. And this is about it's MI5, British spies in London, and they are kind of like the disgraced spies that have to go work in this other place called Slow House. So slow horses. And they get made fun of, but then it just happened to end up dealing with all these fucking crazy situations, and they end up having to just deal with it within like a 24-hour period. It's almost like watching one of those episodes of 24. But man, it's nuts, and shit just goes down. Gary Oldman is like the anchor of this thing. He's surrounded by a bunch of cool ass actors you probably don't really know, and it's just a tense show, and it shit goes, and it's smart. It's smart, so it's super appreciated. You should get back into it, man. I think once you get into
I
it,
haven't watched a single episode yet.
you're just gonna start flying.
I want to. Just too much stuff, bro. Too much stuff. I also watch sports. You ever heard of sports?
Yeah, I watch sports highlights. You ever heard of the highlights?
Yeah.
You can watch an entire football game in like 20 minutes. It's pretty amazing.
You don't get permission for sports?
I give myself permission to watch shit like Slow Horses.
No sports household, I guess. There's some championships going around. I don't know if you heard.
Ooh.
Anyways.
Well, that's the thing. I don't have championships in our DNA, unfortunately. So
oh yeah. I forgot. You don't know what it's like.
All right, and the last one. I finally watched Quiz Lady. You watched it like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I watched it.
Yeah, man. I thought you said it was gonna be good. It was really good. This shit was hilarious. In that scene, like you were talking about, having to explain to a younger person about why this other person was on some substances and how the effect that they were having. I was like, fuck.
That was funny.
That sequence was like 10 times funnier than I thought it was going to be. Like, impressively well done. That sequence.
Because sometimes that's a crutch. It could be a crutch and you don't know how to use it, but man, they did a great job with that.
They leaned hard into it, and like in Tony Hale as the guy who works at the hotel playing Benjamin Franklin. That was that was fun.
That was that was funny too.
Like there are so many little things that just are just hilarious. The fucking gangsters who have like the dog sitting thing. I'm like, what the fuck is this? There is so many little things, and this film should not be this funny. Like it's just like but it's so well done and so well written and so well acted. Everything it hits. And Sandra Oh, fuck, she's hilarious in this thing. Like she's playing like against type, like a crazy person. Like it's so good. Like it's so good.
Yeah, I agree, man. When I watched it, we were like, "Wow, this is really entertaining." And then I think this is probably one of the best roles Awkwafina has had. You know, so that's cool. And then the mom comes back, right? The mom, does she come back?
I don't.
When the daughter wins, what does she do?
Remember that part?
Because don't they talk to her on the phone?
Yeah, they just hang up. I don't remember. There was something, but it didn't matter at that point.
Yeah, that was funny, man. It was a funny movie.
Film.
Quiz Lady.
Cast, great cat. Will Ferrell for a little while showing up, and you're like, that's random, but this is funny.
And he was a sweetheart.
Yeah, he was like nice the whole time, and I was like, just playing a different character, playing like an Alex Trebek type character.
Yeah. You know where that bow tie, who played with that? You know, that was kind of cool, sweet moment that
It
he
was
had.
nice. There's so many nice little moments. I'm like, this film has heart. Like it's
Yeah.
surprisingly not just heart, but it's hilarious. So definitely check out Wiz Lady on Hulu.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, man. That was good. I'm glad you checked that out.
Yeah. Glad you recommended it.
All right, man. And new to the list,
Yep.
only one entry,
Yep.
Barbie, December
Yep.
15th
You gonna do
on
it?
Max.
You gonna do it this weekend?
On that day, I'm gonna do it this weekend for sure.
We're
But I
gonna
don't
talk
know if
about it
I'll do
next
it
week,
on
I
the
think.
yeah, for sure. It's only a couple of days away now.
I'm looking forward to it, seeing what this whole $1 billion thing is. And some people loved it, some people hated it.
Yeah.
I'm guessing I'll be in the middle. Like it was fine. That's what my guess is. I think I'm gonna be like it's fine with some funny parts. Because Ryan
Yeah.
Gosling, that dude cracks me up. Like he can
Yeah,
do
he's
almost
funny.
nothing and crack me up.
Yeah. He's got that charisma, man. And that natural kind of like swagger, thing, that he has.
Yeah.
I like it. I kind of want, like, what would be an interesting pair? Like, do a buddy, like, because he's a little older now. Not that he's old, but he's not 20 something. But like, I'd like to see him with with Timothy Chalamet do something like a buddy cop thing. Just because,
Oh.
and like, it's kind of because, man, I'm like, my stock on Timothy Chalamet is like high right now, and
Mm-hmm.
that kid can be in anything. And I'd be kind of cool or interesting to see them play off each other. You know what I'm saying? Because like Timothy Chalamet right now, like when Johnny Depp was at his best, at
Mm-hmm.
his peak, like Sleepy Hollow, like you said, and that era, and
Yeah.
like mixed with a little bit, he's got that, I don't know, believe, believe, believability of like, I don't know, like a Denzel, like you believe Denzel, he's
Mm-hmm.
got a little bit of everything, dude. And I'm just like, I kind of want him to just do good things. So I'm so excited for Wonka to come out because he's gonna have
Yeah. Really
Wonka, and then
soon.
he's gonna,
Really soon.
and it's this weekend too, and I think we're going,
Ooh.
and what's that other one? And he's got Dune 2 coming out.
Yeah.
I just want this guy to keep making good shit.
Whoever his agent is needs a raise because everything he gets is like fucking solid. You know what I mean? Like he's got the right person reading the right script saying yay or nay.
Yeah, and he
Doing
kills
something
it on
right.
SNL.
um, Side note,
Mm-hmm.
the new Dune trailer came out a couple hours ago, which we did not talk about. But
Oh,
that so next week, you can check it out. I think I'm going to give it a pass because I just want to watch the film. Are you going to watch it?
mm-hmm. Yeah,
There you
for
go.
sure.
Get your Chalamet love fest going. All right.
Yeah,
So there you go. Barbie probably already playing when you hit this thing on HBO.
yeah.
$1 billion Barbie.
All right.
All right.
Next up, we got our double feature. Here we go. Time to redeem yourself. Since Andres fucked up last week, we're gonna do a comeback slash underdog, like bring it back moment. You know what I'm saying? Give him a second chance, and you
Yeah.
totally redeem yourself. All right. So you want to go first? You want me to go first? What do you want?
You can go first. I have good confidence. There's several of these things, but I've got confidence,
Oh
man.
yeah, mine's kind
And
of
I
out of the box, anyways. And I just wanted to keep the good vibes and the laughs going. So I went with Dodgeball, a underdog story.
ooh,
That movie just gets
Dodge
funnier. I don't know who knew that getting smacked in the face or the balls would be so hilarious.
Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
that, that that film has
That's
just the right formula to just be fucking entertaining.
yeah. And like it doesn't even have to be the scenes where they're getting hit. It's like I remember the scene where Ben Stiller goes to ask the lady out, and then what's his name?
Michelle
Yeah,
on the
Michelle.
fucking
He just
on the
jumps on the
little
scooter.
scooter.
Yeah, man, that was hilarious. You're
where he-
lost.
where he's trying to eat a cupcake and he keeps getting shocked. He's like, "Don't do it, Dad."
Yeah, that's
You
so
could
funny.
dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. You're like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Duck dive, whatever the 5Ds or whatever the fuck. And like Justin Long just getting murdered by a fucking, he's on the floor and still getting hit. That shit was hilarious.
It was
And then the
classic.
costume mess up. And then Bateman, I think that started the Bateman Renaissance because he did that Ocho. Remember the guy, the announcer?
Yeah, yeah.
Welcome back to the Ocho.
He just
and then came back.
Brave. Yeah, he just you're like, is that Jason Bateman? And he just like he's like super like high or drunk being a fucking commentator. You're just like he's in a whole other fucking planet. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
Some honest commentary. So that's my pick. Dodgeball, a true underdog story.
All right, I got one that'll match that energy, and I've got one that's fucking out of left field. I'll do the left field one later. To match that energy, The Replacements. Keanu Reeves, Jon Favreau's in it. It's kind of like a cool cast. It's just about a strike that happens in NFL, which is based on a true story, and they get people who've never played professionally to come up into the ranks to play professional football while everyone's on strike, and you get to see like former athletes, former comeback kids that just never got to make it professionally, immediately go into the professional world. You watch Replacements?
Yeah, Gene Hackman, the coach. Yeah.
It's good, man. I mean, it was like punching above its weight. It's got heart, and it's not like the super comedy that Dodgeball is, but it's pretty fucking funny when there's like Jon Favreau just playing a madman the whole time. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and it's one of those movies that there's no reason for it to be as good as it is. It's just like super solid. You can't punch holes in it, kind of thing. Yeah, man, that movie's good, and it just gets forgotten. It keeps getting forgotten because Keanu Reeves is like Superman in these movies. You stack that against those other movies, and it's like doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But all right, here's my totally out there. I was like, this could be fun just because it's more violent of a comeback. Is ready? Skyfall. Because in the beginning of the film, James Bond, that motherfucker gets shot and thrown off like 100 feet off a train and smashes into the ground, and everyone thinks he's fucking dead.
Yeah.
And for all intents and purposes, he is. But then he's got to come back and save everybody. So I was like, that's kind of a comeback movie because he's not doing great for most of it, but he's doing good enough. And at the very end, good enough.
Yeah.
And he fucking, defeats the bad guy. So there's a fucking comeback film. I love that film. That film's amazing. But yeah, Back from the Dead.
Anton Sugar. Is that his name? Oh, no, that's the guy from No Country for Old Men. What's his name in this movie?
Ooh, he's got like a couple. Yeah, he's got a couple different names in this one. Oh, man. His face when he pulls his fucking mouth out. He was so good in this. Name. But man, it's good.
It's a good movie.
This film was better than it should be. Probably the best Craig film, than Casino Royale.
Yeah. All right, man.
That'd be my other one. All right, fire away.
That's it, man. I only got one.
Good.
I know I was doing two.
No, you're not. I think fire away with the thank you for listening.
Oh, okay.
Can you handle that?
Please. Of course, I think that's our show, everybody. Please give Andres his support and love because he's always messing up. But as always, thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe. Leave comments or recommendations. Are we missing something out there? Are we? I know we are. Let us know. I'm Francisco.
And I am Comeback Kid Andres.
Have a great week. 2 nerds, 1 pod. Vámonos, let's go. Put it on the list.